Hello, my crafty people. Thank you for joining me today on the first day of 12 days of Christmas crafts. And today we're making a little macrame tree garland. So I made one last night because I wanted to test out the knots and try to figure it out myself because I've never done this. I might have done this actually when I was a kid, the macrame part. But I can't remember. But it did take me a while last night to figure it out, so I'm glad I did one. Anyways, what you'll need for this craft is some macrame cord. I have a natural brown for the cord that will go against the wall or the window, and that's what the trees are hanging off of. The brown is also for my tree trunk. And I have a white for the tree, so there'll be snowy trees. I also have scissors or thread cutters, measuring tape, and I got some of this cute metallic stretch cord. Just picked it up at the dollar store, and it's really shiny and different colors. And I thought it would be really cute to do that with some of these pearl beads, to make little decoration lights and ornaments. So it turned out pretty good, first one. At least I think so for my first try. So what you're doing now is measuring. What you'll do first is measuring your wall or your window or wherever you are hanging this. I'm going to be putting it on the wall behind me, dark blue wall. So another reason I chose white for my trees. Measure out that space, leave a little room for the sagging, and just leave a little room at the end as well. So I think I'm going to just do little hoops at the end, and maybe just attach them to little hooks, and then maybe I'll cover those hooks with a little faux poinsettia flower or something like that. We'll see. So I cut my long cord already, and the trunk cords, I did 10 centimeter or 10 inches for the first one, and it was a bit too short. So this next one I did 12. So hopefully that will work. And then the white, I can't remember how long I cut this first one, so I'm hoping that 40 inches is enough, but we'll see. So first, what you're going to do is, after you do all your cutting, you're going to loop the first trunk cord over the main hanging cord. I'm not going to be speaking in very technical terms because I just craft for fun, and I have no idea what any of these knots or parts of this are called. So I already tied it, so now I just have to tie it. You know what, I'll cut a new piece. Okay, so I did 12 inches for the trunk, and basically fold it in half, put it in front of your hanging cord, and then take those two little hangy strings, see, very technical, loop it through that little loop above. Make sure it's straight, that they're the same length, and just pull it through. So I don't know if you can see, but basically it's just like that. Okay, pull it tight, and you can actually just move it along if you want it over here, there. So we can move it a bit later. I'm just going to pull it fairly tight right now. And then you take your tree cord, whatever color that may be. It's Christmas, have fun with it. or just in general, have fun with it. Do whatever you want. And then now the knot, took me a little while to figure this out. Basically, you're making an L on the one side, and then the other side hangs straight down. And then the one that's hanging straight down, you flip it through the little hole in the L. So I'm wrapping this around the back of my trunk. I think it was the back. Now I'm having doubts. Make an L. Other one goes straight down. And then the one that goes straight down kind of goes behind everything and through that little hole. And pull it tight. Seems about right. Let's hope. And is it the same length? Sure. Now we're doing the other side, same thing, but opposite. So we're making another L on this side now, straight down on this side. I don't know if you can see this. But this white cord is like that. This white cord is in front like that. And the one that's straight down is going to go behind the trunk, behind the L, and through the hole of the L. And pull it tight. I want to say square stitch. I think that might be what this is called. Okay. There. Now we have a little, now if you ever wore those macrame bracelets back in middle school, kind of looked like that. Just has the little loops. Okay, now I'll just continue that all the way down, the same knot all the way down. But the trick is every time you do the double, you do one L, the other L, the two little loops on the sides are going to be just a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, all the way down. So you can do this first tree I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 branches, I guess. So 8 on each side. And yeah, you just basically, when you pull it through, so the first one I pull tight, and then you can just kind of take that and push it up to that top knot. I'll do the next one with you so you can see kind of how I separate it. Maybe one more, and then just cut to the end. So you don't want to see me doing the same knot over and over for who knows how long this will take me to do. Probably faster than last night. And I was trying to figure this out. Okay, so did my first L, straight line, pulled it through the hole from the back to the front, and I'm pulling both tight. I think we're good. But now there, okay, so between the two, there's little loops, just little holes there. So if you just pull that a little bit, that seems good for the top one. And then pull that knot tight. Seems good. So it looks like a little hole on each side of the stump. And then you just pull that white, the second white knot, up the trunk. Now it's all squished, and there's the top branches sticking out. Can you see it on that side? I don't know how much you can see from this. There. Okay, I'll do one more so you can see kind of the size difference. So 1L, doing L, the other side's going straight down in front, and then the one that's going straight down in front loops behind the trunk, behind everything, and through the back of the L through the hole. Again, not very technical. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. If not, there are like a million of these videos on Pinterest and YouTube and everywhere else. Okay, so I have my second one done. Actually, I guess it's my third knot, but it will be my second set of branches. So now I'm pulling it tight, and I have my loops on each side. I'm just going to pull those out a little bit wider, like so, and then pull it tight. So it's a little bit wider, and then once I actually pull this knot up to the top, it's going to make, I don't know how much you can see, it's going to pull, I'm going to pull it up, and it's going to make those branches just a little bit bigger. It's kind of hard to do it like that. There. Good. Okay, so you can see that's the front and the back. And then I'll continue and do 6 more of those. Okay, so I did 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total. I did run out of white cord, so 40 inches was not long enough. That's a very small tree, but that's okay. I'll do better next time. So now I have them all pulled out a little bit wider at each layer, a little bit longer. Pull it tight at the bottom, slide it all up the trunk. And we have a cute little baby tree here. Okay, now I'm just going to tie 1 knot around the back to secure it. And then I will chop off the excess. Okay. Should have grabbed these ahead of time. The little stitch cutters are not great for this thick cord, so I'm going to use my handy sewing scissors, which are only for sewing. Do not use these on paper. Okay, chopping the white down pretty far. And then the trunk, I don't know, and it could be a super long trunk. Looks a little silly. Going to chop the trunk. And over time that will just fray out a bit, but you can help it out here. Just do that. Okay, now we're going to decorate the tree. So, what color should we do now? Let's do a dark blue. You might be able to see that better. Just going to take out a bunch of that. Sure. As you see, I don't measure things when I'm sewing too often. Which is pretty funny since I did originally go to school for fashion, if you didn't know. Did half of a diploma in design and finished my diploma in fashion business. That was before getting into real estate, but I still love sewing. but sometimes I don't follow patterns or measure properly. I just kind of have fun with it. And a lot of times I'll just lay things out, look at them and cut them up. That's how I make my kids' Halloween costumes. Okay, so I just took a big chunk of that metallic. I looped it through one of the loops at the top. I'm gonna tie it in the back here. Where is the back? Which way is this going? Now I have to make sure I'm on the right side. Okay, just tying that double knotted on the back. And snip. Where are... Okay, now I lost my little cutters to find those. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap this little diagonals as if I'm doing Christmas tree lights. So just across one way to here, tie a knot, across the other way, tie a knot, and I'll just tie the knot at the back again so you don't really see that. But before I tie it on the midway point on the opposite side here, I'm just going to put a cute little bead. Funny enough, these pearl beads were from my wedding. I made a lot of the decorations and they were from my wedding well over a decade ago, 11 years ago, and I still have some, so they're great to use for many different crafts. Okay, front. So I'm just going to put a little bead. I have black ones too, different colors. Maybe I'll switch it up with my other ones. Maybe I'll add more than one bead. Just have fun with it. Okay, so yeah, put a bead in, tie it on the other side halfway down, and then tie it at the bottom on the original side that you did that first knot. And then it looks like lovely tree decorations and lights. And yeah, I also have some really shiny silver sparkly paper, and I'm going to cut out some stars and then I'll just glue those to the tops of my trees, give it a little extra shine. So I can't wait to show you how it looks when they're all done. The second one did take me a lot faster than last night, so I don't think it'll take me too long to finish the rest. But yeah, can't wait to show you the finished product. Thanks. Oh, and tomorrow the craft will be melted crayon ornaments. So if you have kids like mine, you probably have about 2,000 broken crayons around your house. I'm going to use a few of those and throw them in some of those plastic ornaments and then melt it. So we'll have fun with that tomorrow. Thanks for watching.